right, if you're like most people, you get to a certain age in life and you have a lot of stuff. Stuff in your house, stuff in your apartment, stuff everywhere, stuff in your garage. And what are you going to do with that stuff? Are you using it? Should you give it away? Should you hold on to it? Well, if you're one of those people out there, and I know you're out there, and I'm one of them, today is the perfect day to listen to FYI because we're going to talk about organizing and decluttering. So if you want to know more about this, just stay tuned. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Scan FYI. My guest today is Kim Harris of BoldAge PACE. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing great, and yes, it is not an illusion. Kim is beaming in today from her car. So, all right,
Oh,
Kim, before we get into our conversation, why don't you just give yourself an introduction to our viewers and tell everyone what do you do at Bold Age Pace?
well, I am a ambassador. I go to people's homes to chat with them about our program um, of all-inclusive care for the elderly. We have a beautiful place out in Lakehurst that we do a lot of medical care, transportation to and from doctor's offices. We have a social center, and we have a lot of help at home, which includes light housekeeping, which we'll get into more.
Yeah. Speaking of light housekeeping, it's hard to do any housekeeping when your house is jam-packed with stuff.
It sure is. Oh
So,
yeah.
let's get into our conversation. Declutter. I mean, I feel like before you can declutter, you have to organize a little bit so you know what you
Yeah.
have, right? So how
Yes.
do we do this?
So everybody goes through a season in their life, right? You, from when you were young, you may have kept, yearbooks and all kinds of gadgets that you had when you were a kid. And as you move forward in your life, getting married and you have silverware and you have um, uh, dishes and all different kinds of things, those are really great for those times. But as you get older, how many people are you serving? Right?
Yeah.
Do you still have those big family gatherings? Do you have tchotchkes that are all over your house that you're really just hammering about, like, oh my gosh, I have to dust? Does one really have to dust? Do you want to take the time to dust those things? Is there more important things in your life right now, like hanging out with those friends that you've met at the clubhouse or anywhere, and establishing those relationships? But then you think about it, they're going to come back to my house. They're going to see all my dirty collectibles,
So they're
right?
not coming back to my house.
Exactly. So that's my thing. It's a lot of stuff to do when you really don't have the time or don't want to take the time to do it. We go through a period, I don't want to clean every day, but yet I have to. You know, some people love to clean. Well, God bless you. you know,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that say,
Call me.
right? I'm one of those people. I do like to clean, but I like to clean, believe it or not, other people's things and organize other people's things because it gets your mind in a place where you feel better about life. And when you have so much clutter that you don't know what to do with, it gets overwhelming. Your
It is.
brain your brain cannot handle that feeling of, oh my gosh, I have to do this every day. It's just daunting. Every moment it's daunting on your soul. I ran through so many seniors who've said, gosh, thank you for like just the information. So what people do now is they go through their things. I say take 5 things a week. Go through your house. It can be in the kitchen. It can be in the living room. You have a china cabinet, right? You have stuff in your china cabinet that is just sitting there. Is it serving its purpose for you right now? Is it bringing you joy? what is it doing for you? And just go through your home, 5 items a week.
That's not a lot. That's pretty modest to pick out 5 items a week. Yeah.
5 items a week, and you put it in a box that says donation. You take that box to, you can take that box anywhere. But believe it or not, nowadays,
Mm.
people are shopping more and more at thrift stores because they don't like to. A lot of people, a lot of seniors have a lot of beautiful stuff, but it's not serving its purpose. Would it serve somebody else's purpose? Could be. You have a serving dish, right? You've used it for years and years for Thanksgiving, and it's just sitting there. You're not doing those family dinners anymore. Would it serve somebody else in some other capacity, a young family? I say, take those things, take those 5 things over to not so much a Goodwill, but take them to like a place for Seeds of Service. The Catholic
Hmm.
Church has a beautiful program, Seeds of Service. They actually put things out for people who are just starting a family, who are just starting in a home. And those little tiny things that you give out, think about all those memories that that new family is going to be making with your stuff.
They'll actually use it.
They'll
Yeah.
use it. They'll
Yeah.
make new memories with that object. Do you remember when we went to Seeds of Service and I got that beautiful platter? Somebody donated that beautiful platter, and now we have it for a Christmas dinner for the 8 of us. Okay. So, you think about that. Some people have nothing. And here we are, a world where we have everything. Share it. Share it. Share the wealth, I say. So that's like one idea. 5 things works out really great. I've done that in my home because when my mother-in-law had passed away, we we have a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff, and we still
Yeah.
do. But it's slowly going away. And my husband and his brother really don't want that stuff anymore. It was there. It's not serving a purpose for them. And men usually don't want a lot of, they're not all into, pretty things. They want more tools and all of that stuff, right? So what I like to do is I go down we have a basement, and I'll go through a section of that basement once a week. And I look at what's in there, even my own stuff. And I'll say, is it serving a purpose? Am I using it? Do I still like it?
Yeah, do you even like it anymore?
Do
Yeah.
I like, right? Do I like it? Is it giving me joy? Really? I have had, I can't even tell you how many towel sets. It's my husband and I in the home. Okay. Nobody comes to my mom and dad, maybe come and visit periodically. Um, and a neighbor. I have I did have 20 sets of decorated towels. Do I need 20 sets of decorated towels for
No,
my
but you might, if you
my
have 20 that's like you need an intervention. That's a lot of
exact
towels.
right, right? But
Yeah.
people would give them to me for a gift. You have them for a
Yeah.
gift. Or these in the closet, put them away. Oh, they're so pretty. So you put them away. As you keep putting them away, they add up. And now you have clutter. And for
Yeah.
me, it's clutter. So what do I do now? All those nice towels, guess who I give them to? I give them as a gift for a home. If somebody bought a new home, if
Nice.
somebody got a brand new apartment. At our place over at BoldAge PACE, people do get new apartments because we help with housing, not totally help with housing, but if somebody goes and says, you know what, I just got a brand new apartment, guess what they're getting? Whatever towel I got, a
That's
nice
nice. Yeah.
towel, guess what? You're going to get a nice little set of towels. Or even pots and pans. You take a look at what you're using. Pots and pans are, yes, they're expensive. And yes, you can buy them in a Walmart or Target or whatever. But are you using all 8 pieces? Who are you cooking for? That's what I always say. Who am I cooking for? I have a soup pot, two frying pans, and I have a griddle. That's all I have in my house with lids. And it's stored nice and neat. Yes. Do I like to cook? I love to cook. That is like one of my, I don't bake, but I love to create dishes. I have just the right amount and I know what I have. Everything else went. I don't use all that. I don't use all baking supplies. I don't bake. What am I housing it for? Maybe tops if I go to a function, maybe I'll make cupcakes. That's all I have are cupcake tins. That's it. But I'm not doing heavy baking. I'm not making a store-bought
Yeah.
cake, but I'll go here to ShopRite. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing all of that. I'm not that person, you know? You have to think about where you are in life too. I feel that sometimes we get just caught up in, the world around us. You say, you know what? I really love to play Mahjong. I could play Mahjong 4 days a week. I could play bocce 5 days a week. If you have a bocce club that plays 5 days a week, God bless, But if those are the things that you find are suiting your purpose right now,
Right.
that's wonderful. You're not going to be sitting at home looking at those tchotchkes in your closet or on your shelf. You know, you have to look at all of that.
I
Mm.
think for some people the hard thing is you have to acknowledge to yourself that I am no longer having family dinners 5 days a week, or I am no longer, baking every week. It's an acknowledgement. And I think for a lot of people it's tough to do that because now I'm really admitting that my life has really changed. But
Mhm.
once you acknowledge it, then I do believe it becomes easier to get rid of things and declutter because you realize, okay, no longer for me. Let someone else enjoy them. But you have to
Yes,
first, you got to get to that point.
yes.
It's hard.
The other thing that I'm finding too is when people go into a hospital situation, this is the second thing. You go into a hospital, right? You've had numerous falls in your home, and you're finding that you have an over excessive amount of clutter even on your floors.
Yeah, yeah,
You're housing magazines. I've seen people house magazines from the year of the Time magazines in piles, and I'm not joking, piles and papers. They're saving newspapers. I want to tell you folks, saving newspapers not only creates bugs, it's just unsanitary. And if you're housing these, it is just not, it's not good for you. You're breathing in all of those chemicals from those magazines, all of that from the newspapers. It's just not healthy. And if you ever should have an accident in your house where that amount of pile of stuff is just building up, they will never find you.
yeah, yeah.
I have actually come into contact with people who've said, "Oh my God, my neighbor found me," but I was calling for help, and I was literally stuck in between two piles of
That's hard.
papers
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and putting in here my calls for help. And then they finally had gotten somebody in and they helped them. So it's and you don't want, if God forbid your house goes up in smoke, your papers and all that is gone. Now what are you saving it for? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So he really, like it says, like really, really careful about what you're saving too. I mean, like a cup, a saucer, like I was telling Andrea before, my grandmother saved me a cup. She and my grandfather had gone to Canada, and they had saved me. My grandmother brought home a cup, and when she had passed, she labeled all of the things in her china cabinet.
I mean, that's remarkable that she
From
would do
and,
that. Yeah,
and she actually wrote a little story about where she got the item and who she wanted to give it to when she passed. Right. So I have this teacup. It's an adorable little teacup from Canada with a little Canadian Scotch, like a Scotch plaid with a little leaf on it. They're maple leaf. And I have it sitting in my kitchen. And when I think about my grandmother, I have a cup of tea. And it is the most cherished thing. And she wrote a note on there. I went to Canada with your grandfather, and I brought back this little cup because I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed my tea in this little cup. And my grandmother was from Scotland, so she always had a cup of tea in her hand. So that was like really a beautiful sentiment and something special that I really, even to this day, I'm like, she really thought of me for this. It was one of her special things.
Right.
But she
Right.
labeled, yeah, it was neat. And so she did that for every single thing in that china cabinet. And then the rest, she left a note for my mother, please get rid of whatever you don't want. Right. So, and that's what we did. But she went through everything, even jewelry. So she had a jade necklace. I still have that. And that's absolutely beautiful. Do I wear it? No, I have it. If I choose to wear it, I will. But it's just one of those things where it's too like a little too dressy. But if you have family members that oogle at a pin, or you have a pair of earrings that you think your granddaughter would like, guess what? Box it. Put a note on it. Put a story to it. Take the time. You have time. Take the time, box it, and give it to your granddaughter. Give it to your daughter. Let them enjoy it while you're still around and you can see them wearing it.
Right. Right.
That, that is the beauty of jewelry.
It's
Um,
nice. It's nice to see a family member enjoy something while you're still alive to see it.
yes,
I know
yes.
people leave things in their will, but wouldn't it be more joyful to see your grandchild, your granddaughter, your daughter, enjoying it while
Mhm.
you're alive to see it? That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
I, I don't have kids, but I have a niece who is really, she's just so special. And she's about 13. And I gave her some of my jewelry. And I was like, like little kids, not little kid stuff. I would say mid-teen, like maybe teenagery looking. And I said to her, that's a new word, teenagery. So I
Teenage.
said to her, I go, take a look at my jewelry box. If there's anything that you think you might like, you take it. And she just looked at me like, and I'm like, no, I mean it. If there's something that you really like. So she took a pin. I had a little handmade Indian pin from, I think my grandmother had gotten it from, I don't know, South Dakota or something like this. My grandmother went everywhere with my grandfather. So she would bring me back little things. And she found that little pin. She's like, oh, I really like that. I'm like, take it. It's yours. Enjoy it. Wear it. Just wear it and have fun with it.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that's what she does. And it's a beautiful thing when you can have that, and now I look at her and now she's 14, I think 14, 13, 14. She still wants to do that. She comes out, she'll want to say, oh, can I look in your jewelry box? Like, yes, go ahead.
But
Feel
meanwhile, to the point of it, you are decluttering. You are
I am
reorganizing.
wearing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
So, Kim, any just final tips on what to say to people who are kind of on the fence? How do I get started on this? What's the starting point for someone to declutter?
A starting point would be take one spot in your home and for 10 minutes, only 10 minutes a day, take a look. Sit down in your kitchen table if you want to start at your kitchen. Take a start in your kitchen. Sit down, take a look around, get a black plastic bag, and pull 5 things that you're not using. Put them in that black plastic bag or in a box, labeled donation. Got me? And then you take those 5 things, you put them in your car. Don't let them sit in your car. Go take a ride. If you can't
Right.
take a ride, if you can't take a ride and you don't have the means of transportation, call me. I will come and pick those items up and I will deliver them. I have done it for many people. I don't mind doing it. It's just one of those things. I've traveled all over Ocean County, and I don't mind picking things up for anybody.
All right, so let's just say if you live in,
In
North,
Monmouth,
North Bergen, please don't call Kim.
don't call me if you Ocean and Monmouth, call
There
me.
you go.
Ocean
Very
and
good.
Monmouth, I could pick up.
All right,
But
well, for everyone who's listening, we'll put Kim's contact info in the show notes if you do want to reach out to her, get a little more info on decluttering and organizing your home and your life. And it's, believe me, it's good for your psyche too. And
really,
I know she'll be happy to help you.
absolutely.
Kim, thank you so much for sharing this time with me today.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. And remember out there, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr. We'll see you next time on Scan FYI. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kim.